All right, guys. So I once again recorded without the microphone on, so I'm just going to quickly voice over the start of this this video. So if it doesn't quite match up, that's why. So basically, what I'm saying here is obviously welcome to the channel, welcome to the Journeyman. I believe it's episode 66 from memory. Um, and we're just running through the results. So we beat Tom Benze 6-0 after obviously we beat Racing Club in the Sudamericana final. Connolly got a goal, Raquelme got a goal, Tabata got one, Martin's got a brace of headers, and of course Bastian Yanez rounded out the scoring on 59 minutes with the 6-0 win. They were bottom, so it's not a massive win. We then played Santos at home. They're not a great team. I think they were like 11th or 12th in the league, but it was a ripper game. They opened scoring in the 8th minute. We equalised in the 16th. We went ahead in the 24th through Crescencio. They equalised in the 36th through Lincoln. We went back ahead in the 58th, 13 minutes after half time, through Yanez for his second. They went and equalised in the 78th through Lincoln again. And then we got an 82nd minute through the Brazilian Ronald. Not really Brazilian, of course. I think he's Polish, but he's embracing the Brazilian heritage of where he's playing, of course. So, yeah. That was a good result. We are playing Bahia today, who are sick. They're it's away from home. We can actually jump them in the league if we beat them today. If we lose, we can drop down to 8th, but league position doesn't really matter too much because obviously we've already clinched Copa Libertadores qualification by winning the Copa Sudamericana. So, yeah, that's all good. We're going to go with the same team we had last game because, well, it's going well, so why wouldn't we? Yeah. Obviously, like I said, we can jump up to 6th, but we can also drop down to 8th if we lose. Just doing the usual faith and trust and all that jazz. Right. They're obviously playing 4-2-3-1 just like us, which is they're copying us, obviously. Now, what we were discussing here is basically the future, I guess, we go over it more at the end of the video, so if I don't remember exactly what I was talking about here, it's not a major issue. But we were basically talking about what we do with some of the players, because we've got a relatively old squad. Piotrowski was on the attack here, played the Canario, had a shot, and he put it over. We've got a relatively old squad, so I was just talking about there's a few guys we probably want to look at replacing, including, what was his name? Piotrowski's one for sure. Tabata, Pedro heads it onto the post. Beinhold whips it back in, headed away, and the danger was cleared. Another highlight. See, I forget what we're doing. See, so I'm trying to commentate and tell you what was going on at the same time. But it's very difficult. So Yanez brings it forward, plays it to Tabata, Yanez wins it back. Okay. Beinhold now. Piotrowski back to Martins. Crescencio. He's been a great signing. That's what I was saying there, actually. Crescencio has been a great signing, just shoring up that right side since we brought him in for 5 mil. Obviously, we had Enrique before, and he was a bit meh, but Crescencio has been brilliant since we brought him in. They were mucking around with it. Lizirio played it through, and Connolly got on the end of it to open the scoring, because that is what Dylan Connolly does. To make it 1-0 Gremio after just 28 minutes of play. Yeah, they just messed this up, playing around the back. Felipe to Kaká. Lizirio to Kaká again, back to Lizirio. He tried to play it back to Kaká, or maybe even to Felipe, but he played it straight into the path of Dylan Connolly, who was never going to miss that opportunity. And it was 1-0 Gremio. And then they decided straight away in their infinite wisdom to continue to try and play it out from the back after that disaster. Lizirio and Franco and Sydney all combining, but we turned it over when they played it forward anyway. Tabata. I think Crescencio won the header to Tabata, who gave it to Martins. And then Pedro fed it into Fernandez, but they had to recycle through to Martins, and Crescencio took space down this right-hand side, like he likes to do. Then he played to Petrievski, Weinhold, back to Crescencio, took some space again, lost it. João Pedro did well here to win the ball off Corway. Played it out to Crescencio, first time cross. Kaká tries to clear, and Fernandez gets his head there and nods it past the keeper, Marcos Felipe. Bit unlucky from Kaká there to have Fernandez ghosting him behind him. Great. This is great from Crescencio. First time cross. Kaká tries to clear. Fernandez does well to read it, and he just nods past Felipe. Unlucky. But it was 2-0, and here I accidentally clicked their name because, well, I'm a little bit special. And, yeah, so that happened. We just ignored it. We pretended it didn't happen in the real video, but now that I'm voicing over, I pointed it out. And then they decided they would like to try and attack and try and stop it from being such a one-sided game, basically. Lazirio, who, of course, assisted Conley for the first goal. Oh, Kauai, he scored. He scored past Paulo Roberto. Corway, not really sure how you say it, but it was offside anyway, so it didn't actually matter. Doesn't really matter if I don't know how to say his name, because he didn't score. So, as you can see, he was well offside. And then Tabata now with the corner. Looks for Martins. He headers, and it was a miracle. He's missed, probably the first time ever. And then João Pedro at the back post. Oh, it was 3-0 anyway, because Tabata popped up and scored. Yeah, João Pedro obviously kicked it into the post from the pickup. And then it came across anyway. Pietrowski played it to Canario, who got for Beinhold, played it to Tabata. Great finish from Tabata. And this was where we started to talk about what we do with him, because he's out of contract at the end of the season. He's 32 years old, but he's been brilliant. So I don't really know what we do with him. Whether we offer it, I think we have to offer him a new contract probably, because he has been so good. But don't know. Fernandez got a corner. Nothing came of it really. Although it fell to Tabata. Oh, and there you go. Something did come of it. Tabata had a shot. Felipe saved it comfortably. And then he's going to hoof it long by looks. And João Pedro won headed down to Yanez. Man, I only just finished recording this and I don't remember what happened here. So Crescencio is still going. Crosses it in to no. Conley couldn't get on the end of it. Now Fernandez heads to Canario. Canario to Beinhold. Beinhold loses it in midfield. Now they're on the attack, are they? Nope, they've given it away again. Conley picks up. Plays out to Crescencio. Takes space. Still going. Whippage. Finds Tabata. Hits the post. Hits the goalkeeper. Back in the net. I think it hit the goalkeeper. I don't really know. But it's in the back of the net. Tabata gets a brace. And at this point I was saying, well, I think we have to give him a new contract. Because, well, he's just got a brace, hasn't he? But yeah, 32 years old, I don't really know what to do. But 4-0 up, 47 minutes gone. Game was well and truly done at this point. And we were going to finish 6th. So, pretty cool. But look at the domination as well. Like, they'd only had 2 shots to this point. We'd had 20 odd. And Crescencio got on the end of it again to Yanez. Yanez shoots and Felipe, I think, parried it onto the post and away. So that was pretty good from him, really. But we had a corner. We were dangerous from them. Pedro couldn't get on the end of it. And that was the end of the highlight. 60 minutes gone. I think we make some subs now. I think we make all 5 from memory. Let's learn together. We bring on some kids. Canario off for Antonelli. Vinicius on for Crescencio. Pedro came off for Vieri. Ladaga came on for Pietrowski. and I think we brought Ryan on for Yanez. Yes, we did. And I left the game playing in the background because, well, it was 4-0 and didn't really care anymore. So Yanez played it through to Conley, then to Crescencio, but Conley was offside. So not a real highlight, apparently. I did the same thing in the actual game. I commentated because I thought it was a real highlight, but it just wasn't. And then we had a bit of a drab period, 72 minutes now, and they have a bit of a throw in, not a corner. What am I talking about? And it rebounds to Lazario, who scores. So I just was saying just then, I was like, go on, have a goal. It's fine. It's 4-1. I don't care anymore. All of that jazz. And, so they got themselves a goal through Lazario, who redeemed himself after playing in Conley earlier. So good on him, really. It's called resilience or something like that. Ryan picked it up here. Vieri, Beinhold. Back to Vieri. Lardiger. Gustavo Martins. Played it forward. Whoop, he turned it over to Herrera, apparently. To Lazario. And Ryan picked it back up off him. And then Martins has it again. Plays it across to Vieri. And back to Martins. Yeah, I remember this. We were just piss-farting around with it in the back line. It was kind of annoying. And I was like, are we ever going to play it forwards? And then we did. We played it to Antonelli, who ran forwards a bit, did some more running, did a bit of a crossy thing. It deflected around to Conley, played it to Tabata. Tabata shot. It was saved. So all that piss-farting around actually led to a decent chance, but we couldn't capitalise and score. So that was sad. But it's fine. It's fine. And then they had a bit of an attack, apparently, by the looks of things. Bill and Fahel, Edwin Herrera, they're still playing around the back pretty crazily, given that they've messed up twice doing it. But fair play to them. They stick to their principles, yeah? Just like Southampton. Stick to their principles even when they're shit. And then Lazario scored again. He got himself a brace. He's had some sort of a game, really. He got 2 goals and an assist for us. So it was a pretty good effort, really, from him. Redemption and all that. Yeah. So 2 goals for him, 1 assist down the other end. We had ourselves a corner not long after. Martins headed it and put it over the bar. Yeah, so he's not had the best of games because he had a couple of corners there, got a couple of heads on him and didn't score any. But it ended 4-2. We finished 6th. We dominated the game. It was a great finish to the season. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So we're looking at the ladder now, table, whatever you call it. Not very good with that. And so that's what we did. And I think that was it. I think that's all we said. So I think now I'll flash forward to the part where I do the review of the squad and things like that. So yeah. See you back for that shortly. Alright, so we finished the season with a win. Finished 6th. Happy with that. So where did we take over? How do we tell? If I go to my thing, go to history, go to overview, it says we've played 31 games. We've won 19, we've drawn 9, we've lost 3 for Gremio. So we've had an amazing run, really. Scored 82 goals. So things have gone well. Now, the next season is the question. So let's look at our expiring contracts. Blasquez is leaving. He won't talk to me about a new contract. Well, Tabata's the one. He's wanted by end of contract. He's 32 years old. He's a good player. He's been brilliant. 49 games, 18 assists, 12 goals. Why are they the wrong way around? That looks stupid. 12 goals, 18 assists. That's better. 9 Player of the Match awards. He's pretty good. Like, we could definitely do better, though, I think, as an inside forward, because finishing's low. But, like, he's got some really impressive numbers. I'm leaning towards offering him a new contract. He's only on 36.5. We could probably get him for less than that with all this jazz hopefully removed. So I don't know what to do with Tabata. He might stay or he might go. Enrique's going to go. He didn't play many games. It says 27, but that must have been before we got here because I don't think we've played him much at all. So he's going to go for sure. Ronald is out of contract. Again, I don't know what to do. He's been serviceable. 7.07 rating. That's solid. 3 starts, 13 sub appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. And he is like pretty decent. Like he's decent everywhere without being brilliant. I'm probably going to let him go because I just feel like we could probably get a younger player in there. Or we do have a few defensive mids coming through that might be worth just putting in that position. So he'll probably go, I'd say. Daddario is definitely going to go. Yep, he's going to go. Martins, I should offer him a new contract, I would say. He's not really fitting into our system, but we can probably sell him for a little bit at some point. So we'll probably give him a new contract. Kelvin is just on loan, so he's leaving anyway. So that's it for, those expiring deals. Then the question is goalkeepers. So we've got Blasquez leaving. Roberto and Padrão are both like decent backups. I mean, Roberto's probably a little bit better than a backup, to be fair. So maybe we're okay in goal, but I feel like I might have a look around. Maybe if we can find a cheap freebie or something, I might upgrade there potentially. Centre back, I think we're good. Depending on if that's not the right guy. That's João Pedro. Depending on, he's probably going to need to leave, right? He's still wanted by Villa, Barcelona, yeah. So chances are he's probably going to want to go. If he goes, we need to go get a centre back because these guys, Renan, Gilbertson, Damata, Vieri. Vieri is probably good enough to be a starter. Maybe. So I think if we sell Pedro though, I think we'll go get another centre back. Other than that, the depth is pretty good. I'm fairly happy with the team in general. Obviously, Gustavo Martins, he's wanted by a lot of clubs. If they offer us a shit ton of money, like he's worth, 19 to 21. If they offer me like 30 million, 35, I'll probably sell him. Other than that, I think we're keeping him. He's been brilliant. The backups are fine and they're still young. So centre back, I think we're set for. Right back, I think we're good. So Crescencio, obviously, we brought in. And he was brilliant. 2 goals, 5 assists in 14 games, 7.25 rating. So we only paid 5 million for him. I think he's fine. Look at the numbers he's got. He's got good attributes. So I think he stays. Vinicius will be the backup. Doesn't have a whole heap of potential, but he's good enough to be the backup. Enrique, I'm going to try and sell. If we can get 4 million, I'll take it in a heartbeat. 29-year-old Argentinian. We don't need that. So he can go. Even I'll try and get him out on loan as well. So that's fine. Now, defensive mid is probably the area that I'll look to strengthen because Piotrowski's 32 years old, worth 13 to 15 million. He's wanted by these guys, Al Wada. I'll probably sell him. Beinhold's going to stay. He's probably going to be our number 1 defensive midfielder next season. Villasanti's 32 years old. I'll probably look to sell him as well. We probably need a couple of reinforcements because we've got Ronald, who I think we're gonna let go as well. So that's 3 defensive midfielders potentially going out. We do have some defensive midfield prospects. This guy here, Galate Neto, he looks decent. Not really defensively minded as much, but he looks pretty good. He's only 19, bags of potential. Leo as well. He played a game for us, or he was on the bench for us maybe. He's got a bit further to go though, like in the technicals especially. Everything else is pretty good. So he could actually be a backup potentially next year. There's a whole heap of dregs we're going to try and sell and get some cash in for, just to get them off the books basically. Attacking midfield, I think we're well and truly covered. So we got Yarnet, attacking midfield I should say. We got Yanez, who was brilliant for us in the back end of the season. So he got 10 goals, 11 assists in 25 games. We've also got, obviously, Sergio João, who I think I'm going to try and loan out. Maybe even sell. I just don't think he played that well for us when he did play. He looks like he should be pretty good, but he just didn't play that well. So maybe we'll look to get rid of him. Ryan is flexible, can play attacking mid or striker. So I think he definitely will stay. Although he does need to be starting to play to get to this potential. We'll see what happens there. We've got a couple of other prospects in attacking midfield, but not a whole heap. These guys can all play there, but they're more wingers, inside forwards, whatever you want to call them. And then obviously strikers. Danilo, I'm definitely selling Danilo. He wasn't very good for us. Conley's obviously staying, 14 goals in 25 games. I think realistically we need to probably move him to a backup role, but we'll see what happens. The wing positions are where I want to do some investing because Tabata's obviously 32. I think ideally I'd like him as the backup. Gare was good for us in patches, but he got displaced by Tabata. He's also 29, an Argentinian. Probably going to look to sell Gare, so I'll probably want an inside forward for here. On the other side, we've got Fernandez, and Danilo was the other one that was playing there, so we definitely need another right-footed left inside forward for sure. Because we do have some young kids, but I don't want to be relying on them. We got Gatto, we got Nilton, and we got this guy here, Leonildo, as well. But they've got a bit of work to do. So I think we'll definitely be looking for 2 inside forwards and a striker and 3 defensive midfielders. But I think the defense is basically set. Left back is set. We got Canario and Antonelli there, plus Velasco. We got numbers back there, so that's fine. And so yeah, the inside forwards, the striker, loads of defensive mids, and potentially a keeper, I'm thinking. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you did like the video, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you reckon we should do with Conley, whether we should just play him. He's not really good enough at all. But he scores lots of goals, so let's see what happens. He'll stay as backup at least, but I don't know whether to play him as a 7 average rating. Is good. So yeah, leave a thumbs up, leave comments down below, follow the channel to see how we go next season in the Copa Libertadores. Cheers for watching. See you then.